All right, trade pros, good morning. Welcome to our morning market update for Tuesday, November the 6th of 2018. It's officially midterm elections, and that means we're going to have some volatility in today's markets. It's a time of the year, time of the month that a lot of people have been looking forward to, and the markets have been nervous about, to be quite frank. So today we're going to have some opportunity and some market volatility, and we're going to take advantage of it. So just to let you guys know, on today at 7 p.m., we're going to be opening our trading room, and it's going to be to all the elite members of our team. So all elite members will have access to this extended hours trading room from 7 p.m. onward. I may very well be up to 1 or 2 in the morning today trading, and I have no problem doing that, which means today I'm going to keep the risk a little bit tighter throughout the session of the day. Now, guys, this camera is not really mounted properly because I don't usually use it. So it's going to be a little dicey. And it's probably not going to work. It's a little crooked. It's a little crooked, but life's a little crooked, ain't it? All right. So the camera being fixed now, we're going to see a little bit more volatility in today's evening session, obviously, because of midterm elections. In the morning, we're going to probably see a little bit more muted volatility, a little bit more muted action, more range bound. If you're a big trader looking to take a position, you're not going to do it the day of the election without knowing the results. All right. You're also probably not going to sell much of what you have because you've already got yourself to a level you want to be at heading into the election. But today's not a day for big moves until we find out the results of these midterm elections. All right. And as you can see, overnight, midday here in Europe, down 0.6%. Paris down 0.2. Frankfurt's down 0.2 of a percentage point as well. Japanese equities up 1.1%, so that was fairly bullish. And in the United States, futures are pretty much flat. S&P down 0.2. Dow Jones down 0.2 of a percent as well. Nasdaq down 0.3. So slightly more bearish on this open, or leading up to this open. On this day in 2008, it was the depths of the financial crisis, and the Dow Industrials fell 443 points, right, or 4.9% to 8,695.79. Think about this: if it's 440 points down on a $9,000 index, all right, what is it at the moment? 25,000 ish. So that's 3 times more. Imagine having a 1,200, 1,300 point drop on the Dow Jones in one day. That's the equivalent of today. That's what happened on this day in 2008. All right, crude oil's down 0.5 percentage point. Gold price is up 0.3. Bitcoin's flat for today's session. And that's what you got so far. All right, we're kind of going into this day, like I said, you're not going to expect to see a ton of movement, ton of volume, ton of volatility going into the election. So the way I'm going to approach this, I'm going to trade this morning. Obviously, if there's opportunity, I'll jump on it. But I know that later tonight is a real opportunity, and I'll be trading that with our elite team members from 7 p.m. Eastern onward. And I'm going to be in there taking trades. If it goes into Wednesday morning and it's really late, I'm not going to be here tomorrow morning. I'm going to be sleeping in my bed. So I got to go in. I'm going to hammer the markets tonight, make a crap ton of money, and then probably sleep in tomorrow. So just a heads up, depending on how late we go, I probably won't be trading tomorrow morning, nor will there be a morning market update. Okay. Just a heads up, preparing you for that. And I think that's going to be the scenario, the most likely outcome. If we get half the volatility of what we got in the 2016 election, I'm looking to make about 2 to 3 months of my my target on a trading basis in one night. So I'm not going to really step and press on this thing today. If it moves, if it doesn't, we don't know. What are the likely outcomes of this election? Well, there's one likely outcome that I think will cause the most amount of market volatility be if the Democrats took the House and the Senate. Very little chance of that happening. I think we'll get some more bullish activity. If the Democrats took the House and the Senate, it would be bearish. And the reason it'd be bearish is because it's a change of policy. And it's a huge loss for the Trump administration. And the markets do not like when things change all of a sudden, and do not like uncertainty, right? And that would be uncertainty. You wouldn't know what would happen in that situation in terms of policy, and it'd pretty much be a dead 2 years. Now, that's not going to probably, the likelihood of that happening is not high. That's 19% likelihood they take over the Senate. And I saw 83% likelihood that Democrats would take the House. However, in 2016, Hillary Clinton was supposed to be a clean sweep without any competition. So, you got to remember that these things, nobody really knows. You do a poll of 1,000 people, there's a lot of biases that are involved in polling 1,000 people, right? You have to poll 1,000 from every state. And who's going to have the resources or time to do that? And by the time you go through the news media cycle so quick these days, that the first 1,000 people that you poll, they're going to change their mind. So I'm going to tell you this. Nobody knows what's going to happen, including myself. I do know one thing. No matter what happens, the charts don't lie. We're going to trade the price action. There's going to be a ton of opportunity and a ton of volatility. All right. The next outcome that's probably the most likely is going to be Democrats win the House and Republicans keep the Senate. All 435 seats are up for election on the House, but the Senate, I believe it's 23 or so are locked in. So, I mean, the most likely outcome is that the Republicans keep the Senate and lose the House to Democrats. And in this scenario, I guess this is the one that's being baked in the most because it's got the highest probability. I see a little bit of volatility in the markets, and I think a lot of traders today will be up and watching this thing. No matter what part of the world you are, you're going to be over your monitor if you're a professional trader. There's no doubt in that. All right. And here's what you need to understand. The shock outcome is, number one, I think the most shocking outcome would be for Democrats to win both, but probably the least likely. The more shocking to a positive note for the market would be that the Republicans win both. Usually presidents in the midterm lose one of them, all right, or secede to one of the parts. So, Donald Trump has already said that. He said, look, you know what? Presidents usually lose this, but we have the strongest economy we've ever had. So I think we're going to win. And so that would be a surprise to the upside. If we don't get a clean sweep of Republicans or clean sweep of Democrats, you're going to see some more volatility that's a little sideways. Markets are going to be confused. They won't know what's going on. There'll still be opportunity, but the real opportunity would be one of the shock outcomes to happen. Then you're going to have a huge follow through because a ton of institutional money is going to be racing to reposition themselves. All right. So, all right, that's a good question. Or I'm sure somebody will answer it. Some of the political junkies. I have no opinion. I do not care who wins. I just care that the American people are happy and vote. If you're going to go out there and complain about stuff, you better have voted. I always say that, even in Canadian elections. Someone say, oh, well, these damn potholes, why do I keep hitting them in my $200,000 car? Did you vote? If you voted, then you can complain. If you didn't, that's your first problem. All right, so I have no political bias or opinion. Number one, I am a Canadian resident, and so none of this affects me as much other than NAFTA, obviously. And number two, politics is something that divides people tremendously at times, and you should keep your political opinion as far away from your market knowledge as possible. If you let your political bias influence the way you trade, you might as well just deposit or donate your money to somebody out there. Choose an organization that you believe in and donate every single last penny of your account because it's going to be gone. You can't allow political bias to steer your investment decision. Think rational, stay on your feet, trade with a group, and I think you'll have a great chance tonight. I'm going to go make some big things happen tonight. And if there's opportunity, I'm going to seize it. If there's nothing and it's just a chop fest till 2 a.m, then I'll fall asleep on my keyboard, drool all over it, and buy a new one and be back to action tomorrow or the day after. All right, guys, good luck. We have a 14-day money back guarantee. So if anyone's considered joining us, 7 p.m. the elite event starts. We'll see you guys in the elite room. I look forward to tonight. We're going to give you guys up-to-the-minute updates as they come in. We're going to have our news squawks live. We have our whole community chiming in and doing some analysis. And we trade and celebrate together, and we win as a team. Trading is not an individual sport. It's a team sport, but it's individual. Obviously, like any sports team, athletes are paid individually, but they win together. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. I'll probably do something in the afternoon. If I stay up really late tonight, I won't have a morning market update. But if there isn't as much opportunity, I call it a day earlier. If I don't feel good, look, there might be all the opportunity in the world. If I'm feeling like crap and I just can't make it, I'm going to go home and sleep. There's no point of fighting through and putting yourself in a vulnerable situation. So I don't know the outcome. I really don't. You guys manage your risk, trade, TRADEPRO. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the morning or the afternoon. All the best. Be safe out there. And one last tip I'll give you. have a number of dollars that you want to put to risk in today's session. You know, if you haven't ever traded election type volatility, I'd suggest watching on the sideline for a very long time. And if you feel comfortable throwing in a live position, go for it, but keep the risk small. If you have been trading, here's what I'm going to tell you. Have a dollar amount. You want to say $200, $300, $500, $1,000, $10,000, depends on how big your account is. How much money will you put to risk tonight? What do you want as a return, as a result? All right. And have your exits on the positive and downside and stay within them, because there's a kind of volatility today that could suck out every last penny of your account and smile and laugh at you. So just be cautious. Guys, take care. I'll see you later. Have a great day. I got to open up the trade room, and goodbye.